you think they should motivate and self-motivate, I would say, themselves to really continue to love that part of their life and that job?
I'll give you 2-3 examples, from live examples, and it's very interesting. And what you are saying also is very true. If somebody, let's take a very example of a janitor, or somebody sweeps the. You go to airports or railway stations, they sweep, and I'm talking of an example of a sweeper. Long time before we were, those times we were young kids and we were going to college. We used to stay overnight in New Delhi station to catch the train early morning in the next day. So 25th of December, sleeping on the floor of the platform, and that time platforms were not that clean as it is today.
Right.
And we had just laid down our newspapers, and 5 of us were sleeping. So then suddenly we feel some water thing in the morning. So suddenly we see that there is a lady who is throwing water. So we just got up. I had this habit of talking to people. So I told, ऐसे पानी फेंक दिया आपने हमारे ऊपर, अगर गिरता? बोला, तुम नहीं जानते हो बच्चा, मैं 15 मिनट से ट्राई कर रहा हूँ किस तरह से फेंकूं कि तुम्हारे ऊपर ना गिरे और साइड से पास हो जाए.
But your example about that lady at the railway station, I think one, definitely she was looking for the newness in her work, but I think what I take away from there is that she was also giving away some goodness.
Yes, absolutely.
That's where I think that goodness in her heart is something which prompted her to do this way. That and I'm sure she must be doing it every day. For her, it would be an everyday thing. Yes. There would be people at the platform in those days. Even today, we have people who are sleeping on the platform. So I think that's how shifting the perspective of herself. And celebrating the individual act of goodness. I think that's what she was celebrating on that day.
Absolutely.
And I would want you to talk more about this act of goodness and how people can actually shift their perspective. And even one thing which probably you do every day, which nobody is looking at you, is an act of goodness that you can celebrate.
Absolutely.
Even if it is alone. I don't think so. We need to really need to celebrate our act of goodness with many people. Even if we are able to be happy within ourselves of doing that one thing a day, I think that can do the trick. So you can just elaborate on that.
Yeah, that's I'll just pick up 2-3 things that you told while talking about it. That's one thing is that again at the epicenter is me. Yeah. I should be happy about what I'm doing. And it need not be elaborated to everybody. It not be spoken out everybody. I'm not going to get a award because of this activity, this act of mine. So that should be understood by everybody. That's number one. Then number two is that, am I doing it at every time? Am I doing it when, going back to that example of that lady, we were all sleeping. We were all not knowing. If she would have completed, if some chitka would not have reached us, probably we would not have woken up. She would have cleaned up the place without having a drop of water on us. She would have gone ahead with that. So she was not waiting for any college or anything for that. So same thing, or also you don't have to. You do it at a point when nobody is watching you. Many a times I have told that examples. I love those people who obey the traffic rules at night. Whenever there is no police, nothing, they can very easily get away with it.
Absolutely.
But they stop. And these are the examples of goodness which has to be there when absolutely nobody is watching you. And yes, I think world is also aware of many such examples. Many such people have really done that at normal times, at regular intervals without anybody watching them, they have done it. And they never expected anything in return.
Yeah.
That's something also is important. They have never expected anything in return. So I think probably again, Sanjeev, I keep on coming back to that. At the core of it, at the epicenter, at the core of it is me and me only. It has to be there. It's not selfishness. It is actually the point that you are making yourself responsible for anything that you do. That's more important than anything else.
Yeah. In fact, I was reading, I don't know how, it is true, I think. There's this one person who has been planting trees for years together, now has a jungle to himself. I think
he's
Kerala
from
Assam, right? Yeah.
He has just been awarded Padma Shri also. Yeah. I mean, nobody knew about him. He has been doing it continuously.
Yeah.
I'm also forgetting his name. Yes. Yeah.
So I think this. So I mean, we all can do our bit.
Absolutely.
I think it's just that we need to probably that shift in perspective, and one kind act a day is something I think if we start practicing and even preaching, I would say. I mean, I don't think so there's any harm in preaching to people also to do one act of kindness a day. I think that can make our society much better than what it is today. So, yeah, I think that brings me to counting our blessings, actually, because that's what kindness leads to. I mean, you don't need to, although, wait for anybody to recognize your kindness, but it's definitely if you are kind and if you are giving that kindness to people around you, you will be counting blessings like no numbers are there. So I think so counting your blessing, I mean, we often we overlook that also sometimes, and we also sometimes probably don't stop and reflect upon that, and that's why we forget to be kind also sometimes. So how should people inculcate this behavior in their overall personality and society as large?
That's what I mean. First of all, let us accept one thing when we talk about it, that blessings in whatever form do matter a lot. And I mean, just sit idle and think about it. How blessings have helped you, or have really cooled you down, or have really given you what you wanted.
Right.
So this is so, and that is. I mean, it all flows together. That you do when you do an act of kindness, when you do an act of goodness to people. Obviously, whether it is told or is not told, there is a blessing on you.
Absolutely.
And these blessings do mean a lot as far as we human beings or we as individuals are concerned. And when I say that you count your blessings, I'm not literally saying that you make a number of it. Yeah. How many blessings you have got or anything. What do you mean? What I really mean is that are you really getting blessed? It means that are you really getting blessed? Have you done your part? Have you done anything good to people? We have read, in younger days, we all have read the cases of the Good Samaritan. And have we really done that role of a Good Samaritan at any point of time?
Right.
This is where your blessings will be coming. And this is where you will count your blessings. And how many are you really getting it? Are you getting it often? Are you getting it in regular intervals? Are you getting it in gallo? This needs to be focused on. And it will come automatically when you start doing your act of goodness or act of kindness or act which is a add-on to the entire ecosystem, which is going to give a fillip to the ecosystem. So that's at the end of the day, the ecosystem should grow. Your environment, your people, your family, your society, everything has to grow. Are you becoming a part of it? Are you becoming some way responsible for, or you are doing your bit to do this? So this is where, and that is when you count your blessings and you see how many you have got, and you know that you have done it.